Alright. So, since the last bit of recording that I did didn't work out at all. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Genshin Impact, where we are looking into finishing up the story here that we were on. I still need some more Windwheel Asters there for Sucrose. But I have Serene and Noelle now. I have figured out how to get the controller to work. So I am currently using a controller, which is kind of cool. I did some more work on trying to get people leveled up and stuff. So there's that. The game looks so different though. Like the UI looks so different with I'm still getting I'm actually still getting dropped frames. But the UI looks different with the controller input now. So, that's kind of neat. And now it doesn't matter who I send on expeditions. Apparently they changed it for some reason, so that you can still do expeditions without it like costing your characters, which I find to be a strange change. I don't really understand why, because it makes more sense for them to not be available. I guess people just complain because they're like, oh, yo, I sent Kaya out on expedition and now I don't have an ice person. Because, like, Kai is the only ice character they've released. Other than, I think, Gigi. Like, a long time ago. I don't even know if she's even still available.
Finding someone to chat to would be better than just standing around.
So... But we have some new stuff though. We've got my avatar on the left now. That way you can see like the controls there on the right side, just like over there. Also there's a little donation bar or a little donation thing down there. It's supposed to update whenever somebody donates, so I don't know, maybe that'll encourage donations. I have no idea. My viewer count just went down to 0 from 3, so that's always nice to see. And now that does always display the latest donation, so like if nobody donates, Charmander will be there for like every stream. So hey, if you want to get your name on the stream for an unknown amount of time, you can do that. Because, you know, it's just until somebody else donates, and literally, like, Charmander has been the only person to donate to my stream. Aside from somebody else who, like, a year and a half ago donated like $1. I don't even know who it was, but I mean that's a year and a half ago, right? So who knows? You could end up with your name on the stream for like a year. Nobody else donates, nothing. Or it could be for no amount of time just because people start fighting over trying to be the person that gets donated. Oh my god, this is so slow to scroll here. I don't remember how to get to the place. Like I literally don't remember how to get to the place. To the Jade Garden thing. I could probably find it if I go to my quests. And I navigate. There we go. That's where he is. As you can see, that the thing that we did there last stream, the Blossom of Revelation there that we did last stream, has not gone away. So we can't even see our quests. Hello, Bullion.
According to Kuching, this, excuse me, do you sell the...
Yes. How many would you like?
It's not convenient to speak of...
Ah, well said.
Yep.
And yet the code they use...
Oh, good. So I have to go through that cutscene to get up to the thing to initiate the cutscene to do this part of the storyline. Oh my god.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Did we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Liyue yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Liyue? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle. Which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary.
Zhao.
So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
What? Wait, all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
Once again, I feel like this cutscene and everything that's going on would have been so cool if it hadn't been for that last fight. Like, I can definitely appreciate it way more this time round.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Genshin Ballista!
Let's hope we don't lose this time, because I really don't want to go through this cutscene again.
The 3 Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista. Do not let the Fatui disturb their work.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? What wishes to witness?
I really need to, like, deal with these guys somehow.
Killjoy, we've only just begun. Looks like I went too far.
I don't know where all that damage just came from. This time I do have a party of characters that might be better at this. Especially since they're now higher level than before. Of course, I say that, and then I get freaking wrecked, like, by this freaking guy here.
Be careful not to get hit.
It does seem like there's some level of, like, the game just ends the enemies after a moment. Because I definitely had not, like, killed those guys. And I wasn't even close to, like, killing those guys. But, like, I still can't, like, I have to fight them and this guy. And, like, it's just me. What just happened?
Were you about to say we can't hold them, children? Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
Oh my god, this ballista's literally already down to 35% damage. Because I can't handle this many enemies. Like, I'm one character.
No slacking off. My duty at an end. You're not going anywhere.
Okay, there's the freezing. There's the freezing. There's the freezing. There's the freezing.
Is not the
Literally could not get unfrozen.
Evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
Literally cannot get unfrozen. Literally could not get unfrozen there. That was not the button I meant to push.
And run as I do.
Literally could not get unfrozen there. No matter what I did. And Noelle just died. So that's great.
But they still need me.
You know what would be nice? If I could, I don't know, restore the ballista somehow? Thank you. I like this outfit. I have literally lost 3 characters in this fight already, and we're just starting.
3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
Now wield all the powers at once.
Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Which is nice, I guess. The like shockwave thing is kind of cool. It does deal significant damage and a big AoE. You know what's not nice? The frozen. Literally the literal like once you're frozen once, you're screwed. That seems to be a thing in this battle. That is not a well-designed enemy. Just continuously freezing you over and over again.
In other words,
You can't break out of it.
there's nothing worse to come.
Or if you do break out of it, you just immediately end up frozen again. Like, that is not a well-designed enemy. I don't mind enemies that deal status effects. But an enemy that deals the status effect once is one thing. An enemy that deals a status effect, and then even if you deal with it, immediately deals it again. That's a completely different thing. And that's what I'm seeing with those, like, ice guys. If these guys hit you with frozen, you're, like, perma-frozen. Like, look at this. Frozen, 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 frozen. Like, how do you deal with that?
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be...
I mean, I might get through this. We're at 20 seconds left. And the ballistas are at 30%. So I might get through it this time. I didn't do anything differently. I'm probably going to be switching through all 3 outfits.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
Please don't be a phase 2.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Well, nope. Wrecked. So the ballistas got destroyed anyway, so what did it matter that I didn't protect them last time? That, I hate that so much when games do that. Like, you have to defend this thing. Oh, but story-wise, it doesn't matter.
Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
I'm a little confused why she can't just resummon the ballista. Like, is it like a physical object? Because she just summoned it. Like, she just... I don't know. Maybe it's like a physical object. I'm a little confused on what just happened in the story here. Like, I'm not just a little confused. I'm like very confused. Like, what? So she created the thing with her magic, but she couldn't just recreate it?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now.
You know, the one that we blew up.
It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life.
That's definitely not
and as
that they didn't account for the fact that that should be past tense.
Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
Yes.
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebearers, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But
Oh my god. Please. Please, game.
Is it finally
Okay.
over?
The ominous aura of that monster has the effects of the city. It will be some time before.
we are indebted to you for your assistance.
I was gonna say, where is it gonna put me back to?
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when at first, it is a testament seeing the Jade...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that Thank you all for hearing...
Oh?
3,700 years. Even to this very... But that does not mean... Do not merely cast...
Are you questioning our means?
I mean...
Forebearers, you said.
This morning.
What?
In the dream, I also thought to... But I dared not speak.
There we go.
I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
All on the same side here.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
I love that the controller support apparently makes the text really tiny. There's discord between the Guardians and those they were meant to defend. Harmony becomes very difficult to restore.
That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
This is what we learned in the City of Freedom.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the
Feng Yan.
Millionth. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Oh.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. But it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Listen to what the people have said, and they're trying to understand things from their perspective.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Chising will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh?
The Adepti were quite reasonable in the end.
Right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too?
Derailed.
But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptilus Rite of Parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
I mean, that part still wasn't very good, but it wasn't terrible. And yay, I'm back to back to co-op again. 'Cause, you know, locking you out of multiplayer in a multiplayer game is definitely something you should do in a multiplayer game. It's not like it's a terrible idea or anything that prevents you from, you know, wanting to continue to play the game. Or, you know, continuing to progress despite everything. It's not like that was why I stopped playing Final Fantasy XIV or anything. Alright, lady.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that Wangshen Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
So, again, let me get this straight. So the Fatui corrupted Dvalin into Storm Terror, attempted to steal the Exuvia, literally unleashed an evil god from 2,000 years ago that was going to destroy all of Liyue, but they still can't do anything about the Fatui. I'm sorry, what? They can't. I'm confused. They have literal proof that the Fatui are out to just like destroy everything. So exactly why can't they like do something about that? Put a stop to them, that kind of thing, you know? I'm very confused about this part of the storyline.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
Senora!
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
Still have time to take it back?
No, don't let her get to you. You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements. And our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle.
Almost. I died 14 times.
Maybe best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
I mean, there's... What? Yes, these people are screwing up literally everything for us. Let's keep things peaceful between us.
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you.
Oh, I hold it against you. I really hold it against you.
The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on.
Zhongli tricked you?
So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
Agreement?
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
Gnosis.
How sanctimonious.
Zhongli is actually Rex Lapis? I mean, I did have my suspicions.
So you're the Lord Chiel? No, wait. That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I.
Why did you feign your death?
You don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon falls out of the sky, and all of Liyue goes into an uproar. Talk about a disaster.
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together in a pot that was bound to boil over. That's what he wanted to see, am I right?
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. I witnessed the founding of Liyue, together with the Adepti 3,700 years ago. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You've finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue.
I guess you had another plan in case it all burned down.
That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
I was pleasantly surprised with the finale of the show that you all put on. Why, you even deserved an encore. The Adepti deserve the greatest applause, considering their years of seclusion. They hardly recognized the city, yet faced with such a crisis, they exerted the greatest amount of restraint. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even tried to understand the heart of the people. And hats off to the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract, Signora. She managed to keep everything she knew in strict confidence, far from the eavesdropping ears of her colleague child, just as I had requested. All the while, I carried on as Zhongli, and fulfilled the traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for walking that path with me, traveler. These things were all a part of my script. The only unforeseen plot twist was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for a fight?
You really embarrassed yourself this time. We're both equally
Be
fooled.
that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace, no?
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes of you.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
I'd like to know what the Cryo-Archon offered you. What could possibly be worth a Gnosis?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it. My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Leave Northland Bank. I'm so confused. Like, I am so confused. I would have read that.
Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Follow the road up to Yujing Terrace. 0 out of 2. Which means there's probably things that I have to trigger along here, so it doesn't want me to climb. Because I totally would just climb right up there. So there's two places I have to go. No, not really. Just two people up here, so I could have just made my way up.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really... But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
Now I'm even more confused. Like, why can't we just do something about the Fatui then, if literally everybody is being led to believe it was them?
Couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000 years since Rex Lapis subdued it.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement. Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to say first.
Fond farewell. Listen to the Millilith announcement.
Hear ye all, the Chising's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not and to let not their hearts be saddened. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
A translation on what the Chising's announcement said.
They said that Rex Lapis wasn't murdered.
So that's how they're spinning it. Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhongli said that neither they nor the Adepti knew anything. Did Zhongli tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands?
That's possible.
Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now. Let's go have a look.
Fond farewell.
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are there speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young. The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
How about like 1 million Mora?
Whoa.
All of the Mora in all of Liyue.
Wow, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
She speaks! I love it. She speaks. Final farewell. Talk to the people taking part in the rite. She speaks. I love it. That was amazing.
Was possibly the most masterful move we could have made. I believe that future generations will say so too when our deeds come up for their review.
Yes, I love it.
Why you? Were you just trying to look cool earlier, or are you really that selfless? If you were looking for someone, you could have just told me that in private.
The cleanup of the premises, managing the crowds as they exit, making an account of the rite. There's much that remains to be done. I didn't miss anything, did I?
Look for Zhongli at the scene. There he is all the way over there. Specially prepared perfume made from exotic type of silk flower. It has a faint scent. Why would Rex Lapis go for the scent preferred by older women? The 7 kites used in the ceremony which represent the 7. Long before I find the one who took my brother. Everlasting incense. The lengths we went to get our hands on that. The powders made from glaze lilies still remain at the bottom. 2,999,000 moras worth of incense going up in smoke. Ugh. I love that. Hi, Zhongli.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Xinyue kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Xinyue kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax like Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that.
Correct.
In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you.
It was a fine journey.
That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed.
Closed? Who's the god who rules Inazuma?
The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of the Inazuma Bakufu, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
The Inazuma Bakufu, the Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Oh.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of a statue of the 1,000-armed, 100-eyed god.
You want to seize visions? But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away, will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto heaven. All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
About the trial.
That was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Chising were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as gifting dreams and visions? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
What about Child?
About that! Before the Cheesing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Cheesing from defeating the ancient god. I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you...
Liyue Cheesing.
The Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Cheesing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Cheesing's plan to take governing power over Liyue from the hands of the gods and Adepti. Could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else?
No, but more.
Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Tibet? Since Morax is dead, are they all just gonna disappear? Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo-Archon's power.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome matters for the Liyue Cheesing to debate.
Of course.
Then, did you at least set some private funds aside for yourself?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a good, logical, common-sense idea.
It's a shame we didn't.
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time. All right then.
Saw that coming.
Was there anything else you wished?
Nothing else.
Then, I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
New star approaches finally complete. Oh my god. Can't remember where the achievements were, then I remember that they're in here. Claim derailed, claim final farewell, and a new star approaches. Nice. 10 requests, fully game of pirates, still don't have these. The Love of Godwin. I should be able now to access the story quests. Unlock Monoceros Seili, Act 1. Press the claim story key, which is used for unlocking the things. Yeah. Whoops. Oh, yeah, okay. Ask the Millelith about the situation. You and Paimon prepare to investigate a ruin near Lingzhua Pass. Alright. So quests are finally open, things are finally accessible, we've finally got past that arc. That freaking boss was too much. Now I'm just thinking where to go. I do, now that we have the quest unlocked, should be able to access the reputation person, which I don't know where that is. Reputation reward in Liyue. Where was that over here by the Adventurers Guild? God, I don't even know at this point where that is. I feel like it was over by the Adventurers Guild, though. There's just a bunch of world quests available now, though, so that's neat. There's commissions again? What's wrong? Gee, I was looking through the various commissions that have come to the guild, but honestly they're getting more mundane by the day. Since the Chising have taken control of Liyue Harbor, the scope of the Millith duties has been expanding slowly. Lately, people seem to prefer approaching the Millith to help out with tougher commissions as opposed to asking us. Commissions we've got now are all things like looking for lost animals, transporting cargo, delivering letters, the like. Like this one over here. Our Ash has gotten lost in the wild. It's a great cat with the following features. Things such as these take an effort, but they're... never mind. I don't want to be overly involved in day-to-day administration of the guild, but can't just let us be swamped by these commissions. In order to get people to trust our ability and assess more important work, I believe that we must hammer out some commissions of greater difficulty. There's a commission that came in not long ago from someone who wanted us to deal with a wandering stone-hide Lara troll. It's been shelved for the moment due to a lack of candidates who can take that creature down, but if you're up for it, why don't you help us settle the matter? We're counting on you then. I'll remain here and continue selecting commissions. If we had more adventurers as capable as you around, we wouldn't have this problem. The Stonehide Laurel Troll. Neat. Yes. Sort of. We're here, I guess. Oh yeah, there it is. Just not immediately visible from that far out. Alright. Well, that should allow us to handle things. Alright. Requests are... Can I still take these, even though I've got 3 already? Okay, that's interesting. Regulars come to the inn and they've ordered a dish with sausages in it, but I just so happened to forget to purchase sausages in the last shopping run. One wants to lend me a hand before I complete the maximum of requests this week. Well, frick you, game. So, I can build 1 reputation at a time, is what it's basically telling me. Adeptal summons, the Adventurers Guild affairs, the state procedures... Wordsworth, the Waiting Mora, Chang Young's Little Friend, Science of Nyantinmun, Ode to Yonder City, Endless Research, The Yaksha's Wish, 9 Pillars of Peace, and a little game. 9 Pillars of Peace, is that ever going to get completed? We'll find out. Because I don't even know how to begin with completing that. If the enemies de-aggro when you go to freaking destroy the... stone that empowers them, I literally have no idea what to do about that.
Hey there.
Also, it's level like 75, so it's too strong. So it's just straight up like impossible right now. So that was not the button I hit. I don't know why it did that. Also, I've been told that if you want to do anything in the way of wishes, just do this one. Because it basically has all of the stuff from the Wanderlust invocation, but also has like special like character bonuses and stuff. So like I have a high chance of getting, 2 of the 3 people that I don't want But also Tartaglia, which I guess I'm okay with getting. Probably never use him because screw him, but also you have a chance of getting like all of the same characters from here. But I guess that like because this is split between character and weapon, this one basically all the 4-star and 5 stars are like guaranteed to be characters. It's only like the 3 stars that aren't. So if you want one, you do this one and it just gives you like the same things here. You can see. I guess there's still weapons in here. Guess these just have an increased chance or something. Oh, it's the 5 stars that don't have weapons. So you actually have a better chance of not getting something you don't want when you get to 5 stars. So that's interesting. Also, apparently that just like continues on every time they renew the banner. So just doing that one is really the best, is what I've basically been informed of. So this is probably what I'm going to do, is just focus on the intertwined fates from now on instead of the acquaint in that case. So how am I supposed to write my thesis like this? What should I do? What? Oh, it's you. Do you still remember me? I was that person you found in a treasure hoarder cage down in Tianku Valley. Oh, hey, yeah. Thank you for saving me. Well, after being rescued by you, I went to look for Soraya, but by a stroke of luck, I was able to find her. Soraya's a really good person. Not only did she treat me to a meal, but she also helped me reorganize my notes. But she told me afterwards the topic that I had chosen had already been the subject of many prior theses at the Academia. Unless I were to write an exceptional thesis, there's no way that I'll pass. She advised me to change angles. For example, I could write about something related to the elements. Since I don't have vision and can't use the elements, I have no idea where to begin. There's nothing for it but to come to the city to try my luck and see if I can find any material here. When you saved me back then, you fought in a very unique manner. Do you have vision by any chance? I don't. You can fight in that manner without possessing a vision. How can that be? No, never mind. It's a very long story, no doubt. Either way, I have something to ask of you. Could you demonstrate your manner of fighting to me? Perhaps I might discern something that can be used to refine my thesis. So help me out. If I don't finish this, I'll be dead meat when I return to the Academia. Let's go outside. I recall noticing a group of hilly trolls around these parts. Show me your fighting style using them as your target. Alright. Defeat all the hilly trolls. Of course, I'm probably going to handle most of these quests off camera. Just like they say, no matter how hard you work, there's always more to do. Now that the crisis has passed, things in the city have been gradually returning to normal. Thought that we might be able to take it a little easier once it was all over. Little did I know that on top of our usual guard duty and the other day-to-day work, they'd have us helping out in other departments from time to time too. Little things add up to mean that we're actually busier than ever. I was called to help collect and organize some incoming paperwork, and I had to patrol the city and settle an escort request from Merchant Caravan. And on top of all that, just a few days ago we received a report that there have been intermittent earthquakes near Nyantinmen. We've sent someone to investigate, but they found everything to be completely normal. Doesn't mean we can't afford to lower our guard, though. This is an earthquake we're talking about, so we're still sending people to check on the area every so often. Fortunately, however, we're very short-handed at the moment. If you have the time, would you mind heading over there and take a look for me? Sure. Let's be off. Duty calls. Sigh. And there's a quest here. Guessing up here somewhere? Yes,
So,
Chifang.
are you buying or not? Auto reconfiguration.
Pay first, read later. That's not what I wanted to do. Thanks, game. I guess everyone's interested in history now, eh? What's the matter? A lot of people have gotten interested in Liwei's history recently. Many of them have been coming to my store to buy books. Perhaps it would take half a year to sell the few copies of Yaksha's The Guardian Adepti that we had. Stopped importing such obscure history books. But after the recent events that happened here, people from all over the city would come here to purchase history texts. The past few days have been full of customers who specifically wanted books containing Rex Lapis' stories. Who knows if they really love reading or if they're just looking to inject a bit of spice into their daily chatter. Due to the surge in demand, I've almost had no time to attend to some special orders that we've gotten from old customers. Finally found time to put together the books that the two such customers wanted, but I'm too busy to leave the store at the moment. Help me send this copy of Verses of Equilibrium to Uncle Tien and this copy of Rex Incognito 4 to Gentry Dien. Alright. So many customers all of a sudden I barely know how to keep up. Help G-Fang to deliver the books. Wow, all the way up here? This is where it wants me to go for this? Good grief. Well, I want to focus on getting to the storylines, so we will make our way up here. Can't wait for that 1.2 update, though. Where they add, Dragon Spine. Hopefully it won't be as bad. Because I'll actually be able to, like, level up and stuff before then.
Be on your guard, traveler. Now is no time for sightseeing.
Oh, why is that? Has something happened?
Yes. As unusual as this may sound, numerous eyewitness reports have confirmed an active Ruin Guard presence in this area, even though this is far beyond their normal area of activity. Sergeant sent someone to find out just where these ancient machines might have come from. It appears that they simply left their ruin and marched off all of a sudden, for no clear reason.
So did somebody wake them up?
As I say, the reason is still unclear. We have very little intelligence at present. Moreover, the ruin in question is of the especially spooky variety. Strange noises are often heard coming from within. As such, we are not permitted to investigate until the order comes through from headquarters.
One can never be too cautious.
In any case, the only sensible strategy in the meantime is to increase Millilith patrols. We must not let innocent civilians come to harm.
That's a good point. Ruin guards are probably pretty dangerous for regular folk.
Is there any way I can help?
Wow. I'm very grateful indeed for the offer, but it just wouldn't be worth the risk.
Oh, don't worry about that. This one beats up Ruin guards for breakfast.
Do you know a little self-defense? Such brag, but I could beat 10 of you in a fight.
The self-confidence of young people is an extraordinary thing. Well, if you're genuinely offering, I did see some Ruin Guard footprints on the hillside. But since then, I've been too busy warning passers-by to investigate myself.
Footprints, eh? Interesting. We'll take the case.
Is passers-by really the, like, plural tense for passerby?
While the Millilith stands guard, evil shall never prevail. On behalf of the Millilith, I salute you, traveler. You have my gratitude. I will rendezvous with you once I have finished my patrol.
Mighty Cyclops Adventure. Mighty Cyclops' Adventure, rather. Investigate the Ruin Guard's whereabouts.
This footprint is huge! It has to be the one that guy was talking about.
How do you use elemental sight? Ah. You have to hold left trigger and then push left. Also, I'm locked out of co-op again because why not? I just love how this game likes to do that.
Yep. Seems the Ruin Guards did come out for a walk after all.
Indeed.
Leave it to me.
So we're gonna grab Amber. And then we're gonna hit up the map so that we can go here real quick, and then we'll come back. Think that should have gotten everybody. Yeah, it did. Okay. Cool. Before I go trying to do anything with the Ruins Guard, I'm ensuring that I have characters that can handle it. Because about the only characters that seem to be able to do it are Amber, Lisa, and Barbara. At least all the ones I've got. Yep. That's always nice. I'm gonna sit here and keep shooting it until I get the reconnecting thing. There it goes. I don't know what just happened and why he just went into passive mode there. Oh my god, this guy is bugged out.
Not so hard.
I mean, I guess I don't mind that he's just completely bugged out and we'll just sit there. A little obnoxious, but it's okay, I guess. What? This makes no sense. Well, this fight just became way easier. I mean, yeah, I literally can't dodge the missiles. I can't do anything about the missiles. Okay.
Well, that's one down. Let's keep looking around. Maybe we'll find some more.
Keep searching for the surrounding area. I suppose he did say there were multiple, didn't he? Why do you climb? I don't even tell you to climb. Like, why? Hello.
Hey you! Check this out! Isn't it awesome? What is he wearing? I've never seen one this close before. Have you ever seen one?
Several. Yeah, it's a powered down ruin guard. Careful, kid, those guys are tough.
You bet! Mr. Cyclopses are crazy strong. No bad guys can escape from these guys, that's for sure. Mr. Cyclops? Aw, that's cute. Wait, what? Do people seriously call them that? Yep, my brother said so. And he's the best toy seller in the whole world. It's his job to sell this kind of stuff. Right now, he's at the Institute for Toy Research in Liyue. That's where Mr. Cyclops has come from. It's always nice to meet someone else who likes toys. So tell me, where'd you get your toy from? Must be a pretty new kind, huh? I've never seen one that can fly before.
Limited edition. Limited edition. Jealous much?
Because you get to play with Paimon all the time does not mean that Paimon's a toy.
Greetings. Have you found anything? Oh. A child? What's the situation here?
We just, found him.
You shouldn't be out here, boy. There are killing machines in the area. It's extremely dangerous.
Killing machines? You mean ones that look like this?
Precisely. And including this one. It's not moving now, but if it were to wake up, the consequences would be...
You take that back! Mr. Cyclops is not a killing machine. He's one of the good guys.
Mr. Cyclops?
We shouldn't be talking to this guy. If he's saying mean things about Mr. Cyclops, he's definitely a bad man.
Oh boy.
I'm just trying to help.
I think you've lost him. Maybe let me handle this.
I've always...
Okay. We connected to server. It's always nice when I get disconnected in the middle of a cutscene.
What is he wearing? I've never seen one this close before. Have you ever seen one? Excuse me. His name is Mr. Cyclops, actually. What sort of dumb name is Ruin Guard? Mr. Cyclops? Aw, that's cute. Yep, my brother said so. And he's the best toy seller in the whole... Right now, he's at the Institute for Toy Research. It's always nice to meet someone else who likes toys. So tell me, hey!
I have to keep up the limited edition.
You found anything? Oh. A child?
We just,
You shouldn't be out here, boy.
Killing machines? You mean ones that look like this?
Precisely.
You take that back! Mr. Cyclops is not... We shouldn't be talking to this guy. If he's saying mean things about Mr. Cyclops, he's...
I'm just trying to help. I've always been hopeless at dealing with children.
Now we're caught up.
Then why don't you get back to your normal job and leave us to do the babysitting?
It seems I have no other choice. Very well. I will continue with my patrol. Please escort the child to somewhere safe. It's much too dangerous here.
The mighty Mr. Cyclops scared off the bad guys once again!
What's your name, kid?
My name's Tusser. I came all the way from Snezhnaya to look for my brother in Liyue. But I'm all on my own. And I don't know where to find him. You came all the way from Snezhnaya?
Snezhnaya?
Oh, I think this is the part where I give you this. Here you go. What is it? Looks heavy. What the?
It's nothing, because there was nothing in my hand. So much more.
My brother said I should take it with me. He said, find a nice person to give this to, and they will take good care of Tusser. Your brother makes a good point. Still, it's hard to believe you made it all this way armed with nothing but a few bags of mora. Your family must be super rich. Paimon never knew you could make so much more from selling toys.
I'll gladly take it and give it to your brother when we find him. I'll gladly take it.
Yay! Thanks, nice lady. Alright, now we gotta make a pinky promise. You make a pinky promise, you keep it all your life. You break a pinky promise, I throw you on the ice. The cold will kill the pinky that once betrayed your friend. The frost will freeze your tongue off so you never lie again.
Wow.
Wow. Well, one nursery rhyme kinda says
Wow.
all I need to know about Snezhnayan culture.
Right?
Well, if we weren't your babysitters before, we sure as heck are now. But where should we look for your brother?
There was a ruin guard right behind me. That was close connection to Snezhnayan, Northland Bank.
Good idea. Alright, off we go. Alright, finally, now I get to see my brother.
Tuser's Mora pouch. Hi. Hi, actual active ruin guard that's right there. That I would prefer not to fight. Let's just leave that ruin guard alone. Don't need to fight him. Man, I stream Mabinogi and I get like 10 viewers. I stream Genshin Impact, nothing. That's sad, actually. That's really actually very sad, because I mean, I guess it's not too bad. Between the two games, I don't know which one I would say is better. Mabinogi is just old. At the same time, Mabinogi is a little... Like, Mabinogi is old, so I feel like... Northland Bank. Bye-bye, I didn't mean to talk to you. Wanted to enter the thing.
That seems a little inappropriate, don't you think, sir? How can you...
Relax. Once in a while can't hurt. It'll be fine.
Huh? What is he doing here? Yay, my brother! I found you!
I know that voice. Why, if it isn't my little brother Tuser! My goodness! What a nice surprise, Tuser. I thought I would have to wait till I return home before seeing you again. How are the others? Tonia and Brother Anton? Is everybody keeping well?
They miss you a lot. Tonia prays for you every day at dinner.
Wait a second. What are you doing here in Liyue, Tuser? How have I not heard anything about this?
Well, what happened was, I saw a boat that looked like it was selling toys, so obviously I thought you were on board. And then, when I got off, I just kept walking and walking, and then I found a Mr. Cyclops. Mr. Cyclops scared off a bad guy, and then I found this nice lady to help me come look for you.
So Tuser's a stowaway. Tuser's child's brother?
Cool. Suddenly Paimon doesn't feel so bad about taking Tuser's money.
Tuser, what you did was extremely dangerous. I'm so happy to see you, really I am, but please, promise me you won't do anything like this ever again.
Okay, I promise. Please don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. I just care about your safety, that's all. If you hadn't met these nice people, things could have been a lot more dangerous for you, Tuser. I hope you said a big thank you to them.
Yep, I always remember my pleases and thank yous. Oh, so you did notice we were here. You were just ignoring us.
Forgive me, it's always family first where I'm from. Don't take it personally. I know we've had our differences up to now, but a few minor quibbles aside, we get on quite well, don't you think?
You mean that, or you just keep good appearances? You got a lot of nerve.
Come on, you know I'm just a pawn and all that, just doing my part. As for who wins, who loses, and how each side deals with the consequences, I prefer to leave all that up to the ones playing the game. I'm much more interested in who wins and who loses when it comes to our little sparring matches.
Sounds like you're ready to get your butt kicked again.
Nope.
You're forgetting something about me. I, Tartaglia, spend every second getting stronger. Don't expect to have it quite so easy next time.
We've also come a long way since then. Ready whenever you are, I guess.
You aren't gonna fight now, are you?
Maybe not right now. Not while my kid brother is watching.
Why do you want to fight the nice lady? Are you guys enemies?
No, not at all. Allow me to formally express my sincerest gratitude for taking care of my darling brother. His safety matters very much to me.
I'm still keeping my eyes on you. Concerned for your family's well-being. That I can understand.
So anyway, Paimon has a question. Tooser said something about you being a toy seller. What's that all about? Aren't you supposed to be one of the Fatui's harbinger?
Yes, about that. Shh, look. I only told him that so that he'll look up to me. In the eyes of a child, working with toys must be the best job imaginable, right? I don't want my family to have anything to do with the Fatui's, or should I say Snezhnaya's, darker side. The older ones already know that I serve the Tsaritsa. But Tooser is still so young, and in his eyes, as I was saying, I remain Snezhnaya's greatest expatriate toy seller, currently attached to the Liyue branch of our Institute for Toy Research.
That's right! My brother's the greatest! He's Mr. Cyclops' bestest friend!
Just humor me in front of Tooser, if you would be so kind. Yes, Ekaterina. I will deal with the issue of that outstanding payment right away.
Hey! Slinking off, are we?
But Master Child, would it not be a little improper to ask you to deal with debt collection?
A bet is a bet, isn't it? And if you lose a bet with an agent, well, you might as well get a little exercise out of it.
Are you going off to sell toys now?
That's right. As much as I'd love to catch up a little longer, Tooser, duty calls. I'm sure Miss Nice Lady here will be happy to keep you company while I'm out, though.
Of course.
So we still need to keep babysitting for you? Sure! I really like this lady. And anyway, she made a pinky promise to take good care of me.
Ah, well, it sounds like Tooser really likes you, and that you've already made a pinky promise to take good care of him anyway.
They're ganging up on me. Okay, sure. Okay, we'll do it. For Tooser.
Then I'm in your debt. Here, take this as Tooser's entertainment fund. I want him to have a good time while he's in Liyue, so take him anywhere he wants. If need be, you may find me by the river near Qingshu Pool. I'll see you both around.
Alright. Cross the sea, quest completed. Child and Tooser's War Pouch. Take tour out to the toy store.
Looks like we'll be hanging out with Child's kid brother for a while. So, where are we going to play first? How about we start with the toy store?
Just follow the yellow sparklies. Honestly.
Jewelry's out of stock, but we have some new. The key here is consumer psychology.
Huh? What are those super colorful winged things? They're called kites. The kids in Liyue love them.
Hello there, dear. You look like you've come a very long way. Let Granny guess. From what you're wearing, I would say... Snezhnaya.
Snezhnaya.
That's right. How do you play with these kite things, Granny?
It's such a weird word. Snezhnaya. Snezhnaya.
When the wind picks up, you let out the string, and whoosh, the kite will fly into the air, up, and away.
Wow, that's amazing. Do you have any Mr. Cyclops ones?
Mr. Cyclops? I'm sorry,
I want to fly Mr. Cyclops high into the sky so all the kids can get to know him.
Well, I can do custom builds, but I'll need some amount of reference material.
Will this picture do? I drew it myself. I bring it with me everywhere.
I'll manage. Still, I must warn you that custom builds can really be quite expensive.
We should be fine. Child was pretty generous with that entertainment fund. But then again, throwing money around willy-nilly is, kinda irresponsible.
What do you really mean? I think we should pocket. You think we should pocket the change?
Your words, not mine. But yes, we're on the same page here. Anyway, it's time to talk prices.
Offer 1,500, huh? About 11,000.
Fine, fine. I've neither the time nor energy to bargain with you at my age. I suppose this price will do.
Thanks, Granny.
Worry not. Just leave it to me.
For our next stop, why don't we head to One-Man Restaurant? It would be a mighty crying shame to come all the way to Liyue and never try the food.
Hello, welcome. Table for 3?
This restaurant has a really choking smell.
A choking smell? Oh, you must be referring to our signature spicy chili scent.
Spicy chili? But I can't eat spicy food.
Oh, what a pity. A person who can't eat spicy food misses out on half of life's joys.
Is it really that bad? My meals have to have lots and lots of sugar, and the oil has to be extra virgin vegetable oil. Wow, we've got a real rich kid on our hands. Looks like One-Man Restaurant's dishes aren't to Tooser's taste. Maybe we should go somewhere else.
Will that be all? Any more special requests?
What do you mean, Chef now?
Giving the people what they want is the very reason One-Man Restaurant exists. If I thought for 1 second that I couldn't make a dish to satisfy this child's taste, I would have absolutely no business calling myself a chef ever again.
Whoa, there seems to be a lot of professional pride riding on this. We'll leave it to you, Chef now. We'll be eating here after all. Sure.
But let me say this first. Special requests are going to cost you more than normal. Of course, we aren't going to demand prices anywhere near as exorbitant as the likes of Lily Pavilion or Sunya Kiosk.
Is it just Paimon? Or are premium custom orders in fashion lately? Still, surely there must be a little room for negotiation, right?
Another 1,200. Got 2,400 right now. Let's do 8.
You folks. Let's go with this then. Any more haggling and we'll ruin the other customers' appetites.
Thanks, Chef now.
Please sit wherever you like. Your food will be here shortly.
I don't know if there's like a minimum amount that they'll let you do. Try a meal specially made for tour.
Ugh. It was a little too sweet. Paimon feels a little sick. I thought it was just right. Almost exactly like how my sister Tonya makes it. But this doesn't feel right somehow. Didn't we bring Tooser here to try Liyue's specialties? Whatever. So where do you want to go next, Tooser? I was so caught up looking for my brother when I first got here that I didn't get a good look around. Good idea! The hustle and bustle at the wharf is a specialty of Liyue Harbor, too.
Tuser's terrific tour. Bring Tuser to the wharf. Shouldn't be too hard. Now what are we gonna buy here?
Wow, this place is huge! And there's so many people! Are the waves here always like this? Don't they ever freeze? Given Liyue's climate, the area around the harbor's mouth probably never gets cold enough to freeze. Paimon is kind of the traveler's exclusive personal tour guide, but since this is a special occasion, Paimon can make an exception to help Tuser get to know the place. This place is Liyue's commercial hub, and it's been the biggest port in the 7 nations ever since it was decided that Liyue would take on the world through trade. Other than merchant vessels, many fishing boats and industrial transports dock here to replenish their fishery supplies and daily necessities, which, thanks to the immense throughput capacity of the wharf,
Now, how about a topic kids would be interested in?
Yeah, Paimon can't remember how the rest goes anyway. Well, guess Paimon will just have to explain this Paimon style. So this harbor is like Tevat's mouth, and it's the biggest mouth you've ever seen. All the nations float their boats over the sea into the mouth. The harbor goes nom 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 nom, a taste of each boat and the cargo it has on board. Then, Liyue Harbor rubs its big round belly in satisfaction because it's all stuffed full of delicious more.
How you explain throughput capacity? Yeah, this is all very Paimon style.
Look over there. I want to see. Wait, Tuser, don't run off. After all that, he wasn't even listening. That metal hook is huge, and it gets bigger the closer we get. This is an anchor. Docked ships use it to hold themselves in position to stop the wind and waves from blowing them away. An anchor. Got it. But I think I might get it mixed up with Commodore Hook. Commodore Hook? Is this another one of your weird toy names? My brother always sends me a really big toy for my birthday. Commodore Hook, Black Steel Jack, Iron Tony. We keep them all in our backyard.
Are they as big as that anchor? They're all made of metal?
Yeah, and that's why I can't bring them with me all the time. It's a shame. Wow, using Fatui funds for personal gain? To think Snezhnaya would let their harbingers do that. All for some giant toys. But suddenly, it doesn't seem so strange that Tuser would treat a ruin guard as a giant toy. But my favorite has to be Mr. Cyclops. Even though I mostly came here to see my brother, the other big thing I wanted to do was play with Mr. Cyclops. Oh, are they selling fish over there? Let's have a look. Hey! Quit running off!
I love the main character's reaction to all this.
Is this where they sell fish? Wow, fish here in Liyue are so small.
Hey, whose fish are you calling small? Little kids shouldn't go around ruining others' business.
He's just a curious kid. No need to get worked up.
Sorry.
These fish are actually pretty big by Paimon standards. Just how big are the ones you're used to, Tuser? Maybe 200 times your size?
That's crazy big. Actually, that's still pretty small.
Hey! 200 of Paimon would squish you flat, you know. There are legends in my hometown about it. It's supposed to be a super delicious fish. I told my brother about it, and he went out to sea to catch one for me. A few days later, he returned with a humongous fish slung over his shoulder. Anthon and I were so happy. Are you sure that was a fish? Paimon thinks it sounds like some sort of leviathan.
Well, you're typing with interest Zhangling.
Hey, Miss Nice Lady, let's go over there to see the boats. What's wrong, Tooser? Are you tired? You don't seem so happy.
I miss my brother.
What? But we were just with him.
Like hours ago, considering it's night now.
Short time that it doesn't count. Take me to see my brother. I don't want to play anymore.
Alright, guess we got no choice.
We've played with Tooser long enough, haven't we? Paimon thinks we've tried our best here. Child said that he'd be by the river near Qingshu Pool. Why don't we look for him there?
Yay! Let's go! Let's go!
Bring Tooser to where Child is. Qingshu... this place, I guess. Qingshu Pool. Trying to say it. Qingshu Pool. Chinese is not exactly easy to speak and pronounce. It was good that the voice actors were able to pronounce all these things. I'm sure they had a lot of had to practice it a lot, though. Especially Snezhnaya.
Found him! There's Child! Wait, he's talking to the treasure hoarders?
You know what I'm here for, I trust.
Oh, you got lip. Making us guess, are you? If you want to join up, let me just say this first. Dandy kid like you ain't welcome.
Oh, what a commendable imagination. Well, in the Tsaritsa's name, I suppose I should forgive you country bumpkins for your ignorance. For I am...
Brother!
What? Uh-oh.
You're selling them toys, aren't you, brother? That's so cool. I've always wanted to watch you work.
Well, why, yes, of course. For I am, the greatest toy salesman in Snezhnaya.
Oh boy.
Cool.
Huh? You playing games, pretty boy?
So, will you buy or not? The toys that Snezhnaya produced 3 months ago will run you, yes, 600,000 mora, to be paid in full.
Toys? And how much money?
Wow. Is that what it's gonna cost to fix that head of yours?
Look at that! Spreading joy and laughter to everyone! That's what toy selling's all about!
I'll say it again. Toys from Snezhnaya, 3 months prior, 600,000 mora paid in full.
Yeah, no. Sorry, sales boy. The same joke isn't funny twice. Or were you always cruising for a bruising?
All right then. I'll make things a little easier for you. I'll join the treasure hoarders. Perhaps you'll be more willing to pay when we're brothers in arms?
Would you listen to yourself? You think we just let any old person into the treasure hoarders? I'm not so sure you could hack it.
Well then, why don't you put me to the test, dear seniors? I like to think of myself as quite talented in the field of treasure hunting.
Looks like you're not gonna pack it up until someone packs you in. All right then, show us what you got. Truth be told, we've set up a shop here because there's a fine little loot cave nearby. But the treasure hasn't been easy to get at. We've been at it for 2 days now.
Of course, there's a domain that we gotta do.
Why don't you have a crack at it on our behalf? Of course, that means that once you got it, it's ours. Don't try to sneak off with the prize now.
Come on. If we can't do it, do you really think this guy stands a chance?
An initiation test, eh? Interesting. It's been a while since I've been assessed by someone else.
The loot's on the opposite cliff. We're gonna hang back here and watch the show.
Huh, no problem. Don't blink though, or you might miss it.
Like I said, of course there's a domain.
Yep.
Or just a thing where we have to fly, I guess? Well, either way, there's some section I have to do as freaking child, so... Now return to the treasure hoarders with the treasure in hand.
Well, I have the goods. Here you go. So how'd I do? Pretty well, I'd say.
Brother, what do we do? This fellow isn't normal.
Please, hold on a moment, sir. We need to discuss something amongst ourselves. He ain't here for an initiation. He just wanted to show off.
Honestly, we'd be no match for him if he wanted to fight.
Guys, do you think that maybe we're being robbed?
No. Surely, he wouldn't have come here all dressed up like that if he was only after us. Unless, maybe his words have hidden meaning.
Snezhnaya, 3 months, 600,000. Oh, I get it. It was insider talk. I remember that the boss took out a 600,000 more loan from that Snezhnayan bank about 3 months ago, and still hasn't repaid it.
So this guy must be the debt collector. But why didn't he just say so? What's with all the toy talk?
And that's where you're still green. See, in a lot of professions like this, people speak in code to protect the privacy of their business partners and clients.
Makes sense. Owing money is pretty embarrassing.
This guy isn't one to mess with, I tell you. He's a professional. Way too professional.
Way too professional.
So, Mr. Salesman, my apologies, but we can't have you joining us.
Oh? I didn't pass? I must say, I never imagined that the treasure hoarders would have such strict entry requirements.
No, it's not that. What we mean is that you're too big a fish for our little pond. But we fully understand the situation with the, toys, sir. We'll fetch that 600,000 for you right away.
I see. Well then, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. We get paid, and everyone stays happy. A wonderful outcome, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Couldn't agree more, sir.
That's my brother for you. Toy sellers are so cool.
He's a bit of a special case. That went more smoothly than I thought.
Master Child, you're here. A new batch of fresh recruits have just...
Hey now, keep your voice down. Can't you see I'm entertaining some clients over here?
Clients? Well, anyway, the Motherland has dispatched a new batch of recruits to Liyue. They've just arrived, and I'm afraid we must trouble you to speak to them.
Do I have to? Now is hardly the best time.
I must apologize for troubling you, Master Child, but they are already waiting for you south of Lingju Pass.
South of Lingju
Every
Pass,
new batch of recruits must be baptized by the Tsaritsa's will, through the words of her harbingers. This has always been our rule. At present, Master Child, you are the only harbinger in Liyue. Please, everyone is standing in formation and waiting for you to bestow this honor upon them.
Well, all right then, I'll go. Just give me a moment to catch up with my brother, and I'll be right with you.
Do you have to keep working?
Yes, sir. We have a group of new toy sellers fresh in from the Motherland, and I need to go teach them the ropes.
Wow, that's great! When I grow up, I want to be a toy seller too. Can I go listen?
I'm afraid you're still too young to, sir. I'm not sure if you'd understand much of it, and most of it's rather boring anyhow. Why don't you go play with the toddler instead? Sound good?
You're dumping him on us again? No.
Please, I'll compensate you.
But...
I really do have to go now, sir. A lot of people are waiting to see me. I'll see you around, all right?
Poor Tuser.
Child really dotes on his brother, but now he's gotta ditch him again. Must be a really tough job.
I think that covering it up is the tough part. It'd be a lot less tough if he just came clean.
Yeah, you're right. He hasn't done himself any favors with the whole toy seller cover story. To think he'd go this far just to prevent his family from seeing his dark side.
Maybe a bit overprotective. Wonder how much longer he can hide it from Tuser.
Paimon wonders too. But hey, let's at least help him out while we're all in Liyue. Wait, where's Tuser?
Tuser. Oh boy. He went off, didn't he?
We were too busy chatting. Where'd he go?
I guess he probably snuck off to follow his brother.
Seems likely. Tuser did seem really eager to hear his brother's speech. Either way, let's head over there first.
Go to child's location to look for Tuser. Literally, I can't warp over there. Which is fine. It's just, I literally can't warp over there. So I'll just go over there, this way. But they're over by the chasm, which is interesting. So that means Snezhnaya must be that direction. His buddies don't even notice he's gone. Get wrecked. Too bad your buddies didn't even notice that you were missing. I think technically I'm in combat with them. At least it means that they can't help him. That's what matters. Really? I completely missed. Usually I try to do that to hit multiple enemies at once, but I completely shot it in the wrong direction. It looks like. Got them all. Alright. Continuing on. I'm gonna just need to grab Noelle, aren't I? Because I can already see the guys, the, like, Mighty Turtle that's up here. He's gonna have a Geo shield. Or not. Much to my surprise.
I must leave no stone unturned.
He did have an axe, though. So that's much easier to handle than with the shield. That can be handled by just about anybody. Including Barbara, even. That was not what I meant to do, but I will take it, I guess.
I must leave no stone unturned.
That was great. Spinning attack versus spinning attack.
Leave it up to me.
Oh god, there's a Geo guy right over there. But it doesn't look like he noticed me. Good. Wasn't looking forward to that fight.
Someone needs assistance.
Just knock these out real quick. I don't think they do any. I don't think doing that does anything, but you know. So yeah, they're coming for the the other Snezhnayans are coming from here in the chasm. Myriad mountains of Tiankang are a trove of 1,000 treasures, for deep within the rocks the bounteous jade gleams gloriously, yet sinister forces now beset the chasm. Its glorious gems are hidden and their crimson glow gone. The road to the retrieval of riches is rife with ruin. Perilous is the path to the procurement of precious elixirs. Wherefore did I immediately proceed to discuss this predicament with all in Yuhai Pavilion, that they might vote on the fate of mining activities at the chasm. The verdict today was that it is inadvisable to continue and all activities should cease immediately. Let be known to all, eschew lust for riches and instead pine for a better tomorrow. Be drawn not to the noxious glow, but instead set your gaze on the perfect guidance of fate and time. Wow. Well worded, that's for sure. How do people write stuff like that? Like, I want to write stuff like that. But I literally have no idea how to. I want to be able to write stuff like that. Because, like, writing stuff in that way is so cool. There's the people.
Toozer, so you did come here.
Don't you ever run off like that again, young man. Your brother would have been worried sick.
Shh, quiet. My brother's giving his speech.
From this day forward, you will honor the oaths you have made to Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, and you will stop at nothing to bring Snezhnaya victory. You shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north, as strong as the hoarfrost of Zepelyarny Palace. You will chill the very marrow in our enemies' bones. Her Majesty expects of you loyalty, ruthlessness, and meticulousness. For the trials that we face are harsh, and our enemies are like... like kites and rattledrums, who shall become redoubtable foes of Mr. Cyclops in the marketplaces of Liyue.
Uh-huh. Kites are really fun, too.
This is, of course, an analogy. As they say, the marketplace, too, is a battlefield. So as your sales manager here in Liyue, I demand that you obey my every order. A refusal shall be considered a betrayal, and the price for betrayal is to be dishonorably discharged from the Liyue Institute of Toy Research.
Whoa, that's really strict. Won't people be really sad if they get fired from the Institute?
Seeking to please everyone pleases no one at all. Time to try something else. Forget it. Perhaps a round of hands-on training will suit us better.
Hands-on training?
Oh boy.
After all, a strong body is the proof of one's capacity.
Hey, did he just say that we're doing hands-on training?
A Harbinger wants to spar with us personally? What an honor!
I can't believe it. Are recruits like us really worthy?
Am I hearing a hint of objection to this idea?
Not at all, sir!
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you lot.
Oh boy.
You'll get frostbite.
No time to lose. Tidal wave. Who's next?
Send this quickly.
No time to lose.
Also, isn't he gonna be confused about the fact that I'm literally, like, attacking people? Not quite sure how this keeps his cover, but sure, whatever. Wow!
Only just...
He just got wrecked. So much for being a harbinger. I'm getting wrecked. Even with freaking Noelle here. Oh my god, I just died. So much for the whole being a harbinger thing. Not wasting food and things like that on a scripted battle. Granted, this battle is... If I lose, I have to do the fight over again, but still. It's not that scripted. It's not like you're guaranteed to win or whatever. Yep.
Go, Fairy Flame!
Let's not waste time.
God, frickin'! Oh my god.
Training.
I'm not surprised. I assume it gave me a really high level child there, and then he just freaking died. So now the rest of my people are gonna be weak AF. That said, I feel like battles like that, like this, that are scripted to use a specific character, should be beatable easily with that character.
Tiring.
These lightning Fatui are not fightable with a water unit, so not quite sure what they were thinking with that one. Like, water is weak to lightning, not the other way around. So fighting lightning enemies against a freaking water unit is not really an intelligent design. The worst part is that all I've got now left is Barbara, who admittedly is practically invulnerable. But then I thought the same thing about frickin' Noelle too, and then we saw her go down in one shot. You would think that I would do some damage with the electro charge that I'm hitting him with, but apparently that doesn't seem to do anything. You would think that the electro charge would knock out his lightning, but that doesn't seem to be a thing. This is why it was not made clear that like pyro wall in the fight against freaking Child would, like, block his attack. Because even if I overloaded these guys, it would not change that purple electricity meter. Like, literally everything up to that point taught you that overload does nothing to help against lightning. So, like, why would I have ever even considered the lightning wall? Just like, electro charge does nothing against freaking lightning. Yep, dealing 20 and 30 damage is definitely the best way to go about this fight. That's just because you're using Barbara, Serene. It's because literally every other character died, and Barbara's the only one left. Even Child, the Harbinger, who this fight's designed for, got wrecked. Like, how does that even make sense? You don't use a water against a lightning enemy. That doesn't work. But they designed it that way. God. Well, why don't you just revive somebody? Because I'm not wasting freaking food and revives on a fight that's supposed to be scripted for you to win with a unit that got freaking one-shot. Granted, I have to go through that cutscene again, probably. So, you know, I probably should be. I can avoid that. But cutscene should be skippable. How are you not dead? You have 0 HP. Your HP bar is literally empty. How are you not dead yet? Oh my God. Am I disconnected, maybe? Oh, really? Reinforcements incoming? Oh, screw this. Are you kidding me with this bullcrap? Oh yeah, and we've got an Animo? Oh my God. Yes, that entire fight is definitely beatable with Child. Absolutely. They're literally all the opposite element. I have not been pleased with this update. I have not been happy with this at all. There was definitely no indication that there were going to be reinforcements. Got food stuck in my throat there for a second. It's technically still stuck, but it's not in a spot to prevent breathing anymore. Like, the thing that bugs me the most about this is that they're gonna give you a character that can handle it. You know, he's a trial/rental character. So what you're going to get is going to be designed for that fight. And Child died before I killed anybody in that fight. Like, Child didn't even do anything in that fight. I literally died before he even got a chance to kill anybody.
Toozer, so you did come here. Shh, quiet. My brother's giving his speech.
Of course, you can't skip anything. I have not been pleased with their design of this patch.
Her Majesty, you shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north. Her Majesty expects of you loyalty.
Like, why can I not skip this?
For the trials that we
This is
face
so
are harsh,
annoying.
and our enemies are like like kites who shall become redoubtable foes of Mr. Cyclops.
Uh-huh. Kites are...
This is, of course, an analogy.
What?
So as your sales manager here, a refusal shall be considered a betrayal. And the
Whoa, that's really strict.
seeking to please everyone pleases... Forget it. Perhaps a...
Hands-on training.
After all,
Hey, did...
A Harbinger wants to spar with us personally?
I can't believe it.
Am I hearing a hint of a...
Not at all, sir.
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you
Also, that lightning guy isn't even in that cutscene.
Let's move.
Like, look at the damage that Child deals compared to literally any other character I had. He is level 71. He is 110% designed to handle this encounter. Why did... What? My swords just stopped.
You're mine.
The water attack swords just stopped.
No time to lose.
Oh my god! How? He is literally stronger than anybody in my party. And he can't even kill one of these guys? How? And he's dead again.
Only just...
I can't beat that with him. I can't beat that without him, I mean. Can't believe I'm wasting food on a rental character. How do I even switch to him? Left button and Y? Okay. Can't believe I'm wasting my food on a rental character. Like, look at this. He can't hurt that guy. Child is not built to do this fight. Or rather, this fight is not built for Child to do. I literally don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. He can't win this fight. There are literally two enemies that he is weak to in this fight. He can't win this fight. I don't know what the game expects me to do. He literally cannot win this fight. And obviously the fight is expected for you to do with Child. That's the whole idea of this encounter. Like, that is literally the idea of the encounter. Is You're not even supposed to be in the fight. It's supposed to be him. But his elemental reaction doesn't work on either of these elements. He is literally weak to both ice and frickin' lightning. I don't know how I'm supposed to do this fight with Child.
Let's end this quickly.
I'm not wasting any more food on frickin' Child. I don't even frickin' care. Not wasting food on a rental character who is supposed to be able to do this fight by himself.
Someone needs assistance.
And gets one shot by the enemies.
Let's end this quickly. Let's not waste time.
And he's level 71. He's clearly built for this encounter at this level. I really am getting very close to just being done with this entire game. Because this patch has been so bad. I have not understood the last several fights that I've been required to do in this game. At all. Again, maybe I'm the dumb one, but I should be able to understand the fight. Like, I should be able to take Child because of the fact that this is supposed to be your time to learn him. I should be able to go into this fight with no prior knowledge of what I'm doing with him or how to use him and do this fight. The fact that they clearly expect me to have more knowledge than I have of him tells me that no, this fight is not designed that way. This is supposed to be his trial fight, where you're supposed to learn how he works. This is not a trial fight. I'm not learning how to play Child. I am getting wrecked as Child, and then just doing a normal encounter after that. This fight is literally supposed to be a tutorial on Child. There's no reason that Child is getting freaking annihilated in this fight. Tutorials are supposed to be designed so that you can go into them with no knowledge of what you're doing or what to do and learn and be able to complete it. That is not what is happening in this fight, in the slightest bit. There's no learning and figuring it out in this fight. Now we get to see if we can even handle Wave 3, because now I have Lisa and Barbara. Trick is to kill the water guy first. Which, by the way, he's a water enemy against Child's water abilities, so that's not gonna work out. So not really sure what they planned there. Not exactly sure what they were hoping for there.
I knew I should have stayed. stayed home.
I knew I should have just stopped yesterday and just not played this game ever again. This is so dumb. Like, I can't kill the lightning guy because I have to kill the Animo guy because he literally sucks you in. But I can't kill the Animo guy because the water guy heals him. So you literally have to kill the water guy first. But you can't do that because the Animo guy is there. And none of these are enemies that a water character has any chance at fighting. And yet, they give me a water character to do this fight with. Can somebody please explain to me how that makes sense? Here's a water character. Now fight everything that you're weak to. By the way, this is the tutorial. Somebody please explain that to me. Because that makes no flippin' sense to me. They should all be enemies that are weak to water, not enemies that water is weak to. But all of them are enemies that water is weak to. Except for the one fire guy. Two fire guys. There's two fire guys. There's two fire guys. Which is what is weak to water. Everything else is water, which water is resistant to. Lightning, which water is weak to. Air, which water is weak to. And ice, which water is weak to. Please explain to me how that makes sense. I have to deal with Child because Child is literally level 71. He is designed to be fighting this fight. The enemies are too strong for literally my entire rest of the party. But it's physically impossible to use Child in this fight.
So you did come here. Shh, quiet. My brother's giving his speech.
I'm gonna break my controller trying to skip this cutscene.
You shall sweep through this land like the icy winds of the furthest north. Her Majesty expects of you loyalty, ruthlessness, and
shut the frick
that we
up.
face are harsh, and our enemies are like.
I'm so mad.
Like kites who shall become.
I am so mad.
Mr. Cyclops.
Kites are real.
This is, of course, an analogy. So as your sales manager here, a refusal shall be considered a betrayal. And
Whoa, that's really strict.
I think I know why nobody's watching the stream today.
Please, everyone, please, forget it. Perhaps
hands on.
Nobody has any interest in watching me sit here and do this.
A Harbinger wants to spar with us personally?
I can't
Like, look at this group.
Am I hearing a hint of objection to this
There's an Animo guy. No, there's a lightning guy. There's a lightning guy, a fire guy, and a water guy. That's what's in that first fight. Where are these other 4 guys? And where are those other 3 guys that are actually the reinforcements in the fight?
That's the spirit. Now come at me, you
Let's move. You're not going anywhere.
Okay, the one enemy I can defeat is down now. I can't even get close to this guy. Nor do I have any form of elemental reaction that can counter him. Same with this lightning guy. How does he freaking... That's the other thing. This lightning dude, when he charges at you like that, he's able to just turn on a dime and turn around and hit you. Never mind the fact that he's a giant dude swinging a giant hammer. No, he can just turn without even a thought and hit you. This is a tutorial fight. I literally don't know what to do. Shouldn't the game be teaching me how to use this character? How to deal with these problems? But no. None of that is a thing.
You can run, but you can't hide. Amateur mistake.
What even was the point of that? That was my elemental burst. It did literally no damage. I shouldn't have to be using Barbara at all. This fight should only require a child. There should never be a need for me to use anybody else in this entire fight. It is designed to be done as child. Unless there's something I'm missing. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me with this? Freaking Tartaglia has not had a chance to freaking heal. Okay, seriously? You're big and fat. You shouldn't be able to turn around at the same speed as I run around you. I can't freaking get away. Oh, I must have disconnected because my stamina's not even regenerating. Oh, sure. Let's just throw that into the mix. Why don't we?
To the nights.
Oh, look. This doesn't count as like a domain or anything. I can't stop in the middle of it. Oh my god. It didn't even count the first guy's kill.
You got me.
It didn't even count my first kill. It literally just restarted the entire encounter over again because I disconnected.
Going out is tiring.
I'm quite impressed.
And there's nothing I can do to make him stronger. There is nothing I can do to make him stronger. Because he's a rental character. He starts at that no matter what. Oh my god. How are you supposed to defeat enemies that you are weak to? I just want somebody to explain that to me. I just want somebody to tell me how you defeat enemies that you are weak to. Of course, there's nobody in the chat. Nobody's actually here at the stream. So it's not like anybody's going to answer that question. I hope everybody has enjoyed Genshin Impact. This is probably going to be the last stream of it because there's no way. There's nothing I can do. I can make my character stronger, but I can't make Child stronger. He is an automatic character that gets handed to you with the stats he's handed you. I can't make him stronger. And it's physically impossible to do that fight as Child. Because the enemies are, like, you are weak to those enemies.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
I could level up my characters, but the battle's not supposed to be done with my characters. It's supposed to be done with Child. That's why you start as Child. That's why Child is in your party. He is the character you're supposed to do that with. It's a tutorial fight. It should not be hard. But yet, I can't even survive against one of those guys.
Whenever you need me, I'll be there.
So I'm just done. I hope you've enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe. Check the video description down below for more of the VOD. This is probably the last Genshin Impact stream, so don't expect more. If there's more, even I will be surprised. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. See you later.